Assalamualaikum. Today I would like to talk about hypothesis testing. First of all, I will explain the meaning of hypothesis. Hypothesis is the theory, methods and practice of testing a hypothesis by comparing it with the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is only rejected if its probability falls below a predetermined significant level, in which case the hypothesis being tested is said to have the level of significance. The hypothesis is divided by two, which is sample 1 and sample 2. But in this video, I will explain about sample 2. The two-sample t-test, also known as the independent sample t-test, is a method used to test whether the unknown population means of two groups are equal or not. We go to the population standard deviation known. If the population standard deviation sigma is known, then the mean has a normal Z distribution. For population standard deviation unknown, if the population standard deviation sigma is unknown, then the mean has a t distribution and the sample standard deviation is used instead of the population standard deviation. In statistics, a population proportion refers to the fraction of individuals in a population with a certain characteristic. A population proportion always ranges between 0 and 1, or 0% to 100%.
So, this is the question for two-sample comparison of two independent population mean hypothesis. During the period of MCO, people have a higher demand for data. To give people a better understanding of the telecom company, they want to choose a study compare the customer rating of two rival telecom companies. In this process, 192 customers of Digi and 373 customers of Celcom are randomly selected and asked to score their telecom companies on a 5-point scale, of which 1 is most dissatisfied and 5 is the most satisfactory. A summary of the survey result is shown in the table. Mean for Digi is 3.81 point, Celcom is 3.67 point, variance for Digi is 0.51 and Celcom is 0.52. Number of samples for Digi is 192 and Celcom is 373. Test at the 1% level of significance whether the data provides sufficient evidence to conclude that Digi has a higher mean satisfaction rating than Celcom does. Use the critical value approach.
Step 1. From information we get from the question, we build two columns, which is the first one is a Digi and the second one is Celcom. The first column for Digi mean is 3.81 and for Celcom is 3.67. Variance for Digi is 192 and for Celcom is 373. The number of samples from Digi is 0.51 and for Celcom is 0.52. Step 2 is do the hypothesis. So, hypothesis null mean 1 is not bigger than mean 2. Hypothesis for alternative mean 1 is bigger than mean 2. So, Digi has a higher mean.
Next, we are going to do step 3. In step 3, we are going to determine the level, critical value and rejection region of S0. The significant level given is 0.01 and the Z value for 0.01 is 2.33. And then we conduct the rejection region. For the step 4, we are going to calculate all the data. Using this formula to calculate the data, all we need to do is include the data into the formula and the final answer we will get 2.20.
Since our Z value is more than our answer, we have no evidence to reject H0.
The conclusion for the description: there is not sufficient evidence to conclude that the DIGE has a highest mean satisfaction rating than CELDOM. That's all.